It's already been a year since Rosana Porta was sent to prison for a robbery she committed. Porta, who at the time was pregnant, was sentenced to 4 years behind bars. Handcuffed and shackled to the bed with no one to turn to, she reminisces of the night she gave birth.
I did shoplifting, and my sentence is 3 years to 761I. It's 6 months. My labor was in Bara, I had a seizure, and it wasn't a nice experience while being in prison. Because it's like no one to help, really, when you've got a seizure. What scares me the most is I won't be able to be with her and see all the steps, and I'll miss out on a lot of things. That scares me. If she's safe, if she's eating properly.
Similarly, this mother who killed her husband in self-defense has been sentenced to jail for 7 years. Her son, who's only 9 months old, shares a cell with her and will later be placed in the care of a family member.
We're managing, here in prison. If there's anything I would have liked to change is to have more space, for him to basically develop as he should. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be ready when I have to send him out when he's 2 years old, because it can't be easy for any mother. I'm not satisfied because it feels like he's also carrying my sentence with me. That's on one hand. On the other hand, and I would have loved him to, enjoy his freedom with me outside, obviously. I didn't want to part with my boy, not knowing him, just giving birth and then parting with him. I want to share a bond with him. I hope he's not going to blame me, but I'll just have to pray for God to, give me the right answer to say, because there isn't really a right answer. What happened, happened.
Growing up in prison is difficult enough. It is mentally and emotionally damaging. But then, when they are old enough, these children are faced with being separated from their mothers and subjected to the mercy of the government's welfare system, exposed to a world they know little about.
There are special cases where our social workers have to intervene, most especially with fostering. The social workers, they organize the visits, and those visits are done during the week, and it's a contact visit, and then it's done with the social workers. But normal visit, when the families come over the weekend or on public holidays, they bring the child. So the mother is allowed to have access to the child and see the child. That's why it's important to prepare both the offender and the baby. But in reality, it's never easy for a mother to part with the baby and for the baby to part with the mother. But looking at the institution that we are in, it is really not healthy.
For imprisoned mothers, one of the greatest punishments incarceration carries with is the separation from their children.
We give counseling to the mother and then find out who will be the next person that she will want her child to go to. So basically that's the preparation that we do, and then we'll have to make follow-up with the prospective foster parent or family or relative. If the child is to go to foster care legally, so to be placed, we have to communicate with the outside social workers. We do try by all means to take the children sometimes out, but depending on the availability of staff, because to take them out of the unit, basically, it's just out of the unit, not out of the management center.
But in between incarcerated mothers and their children are fraught with difficulties. Prisons are often located in remote areas, inaccessible to poor families without cars. And in-person visits can take an emotional toll on a young child.
So a child who has attached effectively to their mother prior to leaving the correctional facility has been raised in a child-friendly correctional facility, as well as having had adequate exposure to normal societal activities is more likely to develop psychological resilience than a child who has not attached to their mother, has not been raised in a child-friendly correctional facility, that is, they haven't received adequate stimulation, and a child who then displays a psychological resilience is more likely to transition positively into society.
Now organizations are helping these children accept the challenges they are faced with and help them adapt to societal norms.
We work with children, and our natural medium of intervention is play therapy. So play comes naturally to children, and they get an opportunity to articulate their innermost feelings through play, and often whatever is on their foreground, they're likely to reenact that in their play. So we would pick up on the dominant themes and reflect on the processes that emerge and validate whatever they bring. It's not about questioning the child or seeking details, but validating whatever the child brings into that play therapy session, and also enhancing the child's sense of well-being.
Until 2011, children up to the age of 5 could stay in prison with their mothers. But this was changed to 2 years when the harmful effects of living in prison became apparent. Prison is no place for a child, but for many women facing incarceration, this is a reality. Mothers have only 2 years to spend with their toddlers, but many experts say it is in the child's best interest to not impose any separation at all. Now the real question remains: what must be done to stop and consider the impact that the mother's imprisonment will have on the child? For NN7, Tiama Mautapadi.